Easy come, easy go.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Track and Field Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than Megan Thompson. Megan, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Now let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. Here at Menlo, you are planning on majoring in accounting, and that is one of the most grueling majors that Menlo offers. What gets you the most excited about accounting?
Well, coming in Menlo, I was actually a finance major, so I didn't know I was going to go into accounting. But once I took my first financial accounting course with Professor Donna Little, I don't know if you've had her before or not.
I did not have her, but I've heard a lot of stories.
Yep. She actually encouraged me to go into accounting, and I've liked it ever since. And I did one internship with Deloitte, one of the accounting firms, and I had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, so I'm excited to
Awesome. You are a dog person, and you walk dogs on the side. You actually walk the dog of our assistant athletic director, Erin Gillespie.
I do.
What is your favorite type of dog?
That's definitely a hard question because I love all kinds of dogs, but I'm going to have to go with French Bulldog.
Why so?
Because I have one.
Oh, really?
And it was my first French Bulldog I've ever owned, and she's been a great dog.
So how do you like Erin's dog?
Erin's dog he's fun. He's a silly dog. He'll, he's kind of quirky. He's kind of scared of a lot of things, but he's fun to walk. So
Cooper's an adorable little goofball.
Yeah.
If you ever get the chance to meet Cooper, I recommend it. He's a lot of fun. The last year and a half at Menlo has been wildly successful for you personally, and it seems like every time you're on the track or on the course, you find a way to break your personal record at something. How do you continue to improve with every single race?
Well, a lot of it's with the help of my coaches. Coach April has always had a spreadsheet for us for every practice, so we know what we're going to be getting into every practice, so that's been very helpful so far. And then just the basics, eating right, just recovering after each practice and meet to the best of my ability really helps.
Now, you are one of several athletes who run cross country in the fall and then track and field in the spring, and you personally, you dominated both. What are the similarities between the two that you find?
Lots of running.
To state the obvious.
Yeah. Similarities really between the two. The whole team is always the same. It hasn't changed from cross country to track. It's always been the same kind of close-knit team, and I've always enjoyed that part of going to practice every day.
Now let's transition over to the team specifically. The De Anza Open marked the start of your season, and that was on Saturday. And for you personally, again, it was very successful. You finished second in the 1500 meter and fourth in the 800 meter. And again, lifetime best in the 1500 meter at just under 5 minutes. 4:55 was the final time. What was it like for you to compete the first time this spring?
I was still a little nervous this first meet, but not as nervous as last year, being that it was my first track meet in a long time. But this year was a lot less nerves, and I felt more excited going into it.
Menlo finished 8th as a team in the event, but according to my count, you guys had 9 personal records broken in the first meet of the year. How solid of an afternoon was it for the team?
I'd say we had a great first meet overall for our whole team. A lot of PRs, like you said, and a lot of newcomers that had their first track meet ever. Like Rachel and Lucrezia, they both competed for the first time ever, and I think they did a really good job.
Now, who stands out for you on the track side and on the field side as competitors to watch for this season?
On the track side, I'll have to say Porter. He's been improving in his sprints and the 400, and I know he's been working really hard towards that, and he's always fun to watch him race. And as far as the field side, I'd say Elijah Knoll. He's placed last year for the Nationals, so he's always been improving also. And it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, just one of 6 freshmen to make it to Nationals last year in the NAIA. The ability of this team to compete so well in so many different competitions is just a testament to both the athletes that you guys have and the coaching staff. What allows this team to be so deep and so successful?
I think, again, it starts a lot with the coaches. They teach us to be who we are today, and I think we're a really close-knit team, and we get each other, we get along really well, so I think that helps us going.
Now, up next on the schedule is the Kim Duyst Invitational, and you guys finished 9th in that event last year. What can we expect to see this year out of you guys, and how is the team preparing?
This year, we're preparing the same. We've been, just dealing with practice a lot. And as far as comparing to last year it was pouring rain. So hopefully this year we won't see any of that, and we won't have as much of a delay, and we'll be more ready for our races.
Now, how does the rain impact a race for you as a runner?
It doesn't impact me so much, but a lot of the time the race itself, the officials will have to have like a rain delay, and they'll just kind of hold it. And when you're out there waiting to start, you're got all your warm-ups off and you're freezing, so you got to find a way to stay warm when that delay is happening.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but there is a 30% chance of rain, at least here on Saturday, and 40% on Sunday. So if that rain moves up a little bit, you guys might be in for some fun up there at Stanislaus State. Yeah. All right, let's transition to the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 random questions, off-the-wall ones, and give me your best answer, all right?
Okay.
Question number 1, what is the oddest thing you've experienced while walking a dog?
While walking a dog, probably I was walking my mom's German Shepherd, and she loves to pull. So I'm holding her back, I'm walking her, and I'm walking in flip-flops. And we finally get to the park that we wanted to walk to, and my flip-flop breaks. And I had to walk all the way home with no flip-flop.
Perfect. Question number 2, which teammate would be most likely to drop the baton during a relay race?
I'll have to say Tiffany, although she's not in the relay right now. She's a pretty clumsy girl, even though I love her, but she'd probably be the one to drop it. Question
number 3, which teammate huffs and puffs harder than anyone after a race?
Anne, definitely. We both kind of laugh after each race. We've always got the kind of cough that goes on after you've been running so hard, and it's always Anne who has the biggest huff and puff.
Megan, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Yep,
I really appreciate it. And fans, as a reminder, this weekend, the Kim Duyst Invitational is hosted by Stanislaus State up in Turlock, California. It is a 2-day event, and it will begin on March 3rd and conclude on March 4th. After that, it will be the De Anza Invitational again for women's track and field, on March 10th. That'll be back in Cupertino. Well, don't forget to tune in to next week's show when Megan Thompson will get to choose the next athlete who I will be throwing under the bus in the interview. I am Brian Brownfield. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you right here next week.
Easy come, easy go.